What up? I am This Kid and I'm back with another video to these random TikToks. Hey look, check this out. Dark theories for today. So we about to jump straight into it. And make sure y'all please comment and subscribe to this channel and leave a thumbs up for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Let's get straight to it, y'all.
Do you know the dark theory about Samsung phones? You know how they always pride themselves on having a better phone than iPhone? They say that their cameras are the best. They say that you could literally point your camera at the moon and the quality is better than a telescope.
Yeah, they do really advertise like being able to zoom into the moon.
Yeah, so I watched this video by Shane Dawson and watching this clip. Do you see how the guy's able to zoom into this? It looks pretty good, right? Like,
Right.
really good.
That was really good.
Yeah, so Samsung actually just came out saying how they actually fake moon pictures on Samsung phones, and they used AI to do this. But a guy made a video showing how Samsung's able to do this. So, like, watch this clip. It's insane how he does this.
They found a picture of a regular white circle and placed it on the other side of their house. They then zoomed in as much as they could to trick the phone into thinking it was a picture of the moon. The phone camera then replaced that white circle with a picture of the moon.
Dude, what? It was just a white circle and then it turns into the moon?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Any white circle will turn into the moon.
Dude, that's a scam.
Who knows what other technology is out there that's like deceiving us with AI? I have no idea.
That's a pretty bad, that's a bad look.
I had a few Androids growing up. Ever since I got an iPhone, shit, I never went back.
There's a whole thing called the Nickelodeon Creep Club.
What's that?
There's like 6 people who committed a child assaults
What the
on Nickelodeon's teams. So we all know the Dan Schneider guy.
Dan Schneider, yeah, he's like the main.
Yeah, he has the foot fetish. But there was a guy who worked for post-production on SpongeBob.
No way.
Who got caught on that show where To Catch a Predator?
Chris Hansen thing?
Yeah, the Chris Hansen thing.
Oh shit.
He got caught and then he got rehired by Nickelodeon to keep doing SpongeBob.
What the?
And there's a video of him with Leonardo DiCaprio. Here, I'll show it to you right here. Fucking weirdo, look.
That was the latest, hottest, hunkiest teen idol there is.
Muscles.
It's a little bit touchy there. He's a little bit
Fam,
touchy.
you know what he worked on?
What?
For scripts for Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh shit.
So he assaulted somebody. He got rehired.
Yeah.
And did it to Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Damn.
But there's laws and shit that make
Sweet
them like,
Life
oh,
of
you're
Zack
allowed
and
to
Cody.
work even though you.
Even though they've done that.
There's a whole thing called the
He could have just
Nickelodeon
said
Creep
Zack and
Club.
Cody.
What's that?
There's like 6 people.
Have you ever heard about the possibility that Mary's mother from the SpongeBob SquarePants series was based on a real-life event? Mary's mother's first appearance was in episode Chocolate and Nuts, released on June 1st, 2002, and play as an old, weak and dried-up woman. At least, that's how Google described about the character.
You just can't wait for me to die, can you?
There has been speculation that this character was actually inspired by a picture from the 1988 movie Beetlejuice, which has caused some controversy among fans. While it remains uncertain whether this theory is true or just a hoax, it certainly adds a certain disturbing element to the show. It would be great to hear your thoughts on this topic, so please feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.
Hey yo, is that real, bro? Can somebody let me know in the comments, is that real? Bro, that was a real person that looked like this? That's crazy.
In Frozen, Elsa's family locks her in her room for her own protection. But why is the kingdom so scared that their magical princess is in danger? Because just a few years prior, the neighboring kingdom's magical princess was kidnapped. And how do we know that these two kingdoms are neighboring? Well, if you look very carefully at the beginning of Frozen, you can see that Rapunzel and Flynn showed up for Elsa's coronation. And the coronation must take place right after Tangled ended. If we assume that Frozen takes place just a few weeks or months after Tangled, that lines up with these ages for our princesses. Rapunzel's 18 because the whole point of the movie is she wanted to go see the floating lights on her 18th birthday. Elsa's 21 because that's the age she's required to be for coronation. This means that when Rapunzel was kidnapped as a newborn, Elsa was about 3 years old. In that scene when she discovers her powers, I would guess she's at least 5 years old. And by then, it's impossible for them not to have heard about the nearby kingdom's princess who was kidnapped as a baby because she had magical powers.
Makes sense.
The darkest conspiracy theories. The Titanic theory. The theory says that the Titanic never hit an iceberg. The owner of the Titanic, J.P. Morgan, had 2 ships, the Olympic and the Titanic. And he knew that the Olympic was old and rusty, so he switched the names and the color of the 2 ships. The theory argues that he wanted to sink the ship because he'd make a lot of money of it. But the theory doesn't stop there. Because do you know who was in the ship? all of JP Morgan's business competitors, and none of them survived the trip. But Morgan himself canceled the voyage a few minutes before the journey began.
There's a lot of theories on the Titanic, but y'all, honestly, iceberg, it just, I don't think it was an iceberg, bro.
The darkest conspiracy theories. The Earth virus theory. This theory says that the Earth is a living organism, and the humans are the virus. It is easier to understand it if you compare it to the human body. If we get sick, we create antibodies to get rid of the virus. And in the same sense, the Earth creates its antibodies to get rid of the virus. Natural disasters, droughts, wildfires, all these things happen so that the Earth can clear itself from the plague that in this case are we. The darkest conspiracy theories.
Like the Phineas and Ferb theory?
No, I don't know that one.
You know that one?
I don't know that one.
Okay. So there's a theory that Candace and Phineas and Ferb is actually imagining everything and imagining that her brothers are doing these crazy things. That's why every single time they get caught, it never lines up with their mom seeing it. And her mom is very like understanding of like, oh Candace, you're so silly.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Because she always has that attitude of Candace.
Yeah. She has an attitude. So she's like that because she's understanding that, oh, she has a condition. That's why she's making up these crazy things in her mind.
That makes a lot of sense. I never even thought about that, to be honest.
Right?
But yeah, she never catches them because I remember I keep watching the episode. I'm like, when are they gonna get caught? They never get caught.
They never caught, bro.
They never get caught.
No, they actually got caught and then they got taken by the police and shit.
Yeah.
It was like the alternate dimension.
So then, theory for you: what if that was a dream, fam?
What if it was a
What if
dream?
the movie was a dream?
Oh.
What if the movie was a dream? It wasn't real.
It was in her.
It was in her head. That's what I'm saying.
If you back it, it's like the
Yeah.
The Teletubbies' origins have a darker tale. Although we are familiar with the popular kids' TV series, The Teletubbies, its innocent facade may not tell the whole story. There's a theory suggesting that the show was actually inspired by disturbing historical events that occurred in a Bulgarian mental facility known as La La Land. In this facility, psychotic children were subjected to harrowing experiments, kept isolated in dimly lit rooms, and tragically lost their lives. The characters of the Teletubbies were supposedly based on real children who endured horrific experiences. The character Tinky Wingy was supposedly inspired by a child with a facial disfigurement who wore a perpetual smile. Nipsey represented a deaf child who allegedly was tied to a fence outside and suffered frostbite. Poe was said to be based on a malnourished child who was persistently ill and remained lying in its own vomit for days, while the reason for its distinct color was linked to a tragic incident involving a fire. Moreover, the presence of televisions in the show and the Teletubbies' unique bellies were attributed to the children ingesting smaller television sets to keep them safe when they heard that the authorities at La La Land were planning to remove their TVs as part of the experiment. The Teletubbies' origins have a darker tale.
I'm gonna just go to the next one.
They don't even hide it anymore.
Season premiere of SNL with Ice Spice. Ooh, look at us, 3 Gen Z icons.
Aren't you like 40?
No. Long time ago, I met this guy and made a deal where I get to stay 25 years old for forever. What guy? Tall fella, horns, red fur, I don't know, little hoods. Keen, that's the devil, dude. What? I thought it was like a Times Square Elmo or something. Season premiere of SNL with Ice Spice. Ooh, look at it.
It's crazy.
So there's a really dark theory about Aladdin that will ruin your childhood.
Oh, what is it?
So when the genie first comes out of the lamp, he says he's been stuck in there for 10,000 years. The last thing the genie remembers is from the 1990s because he references a famous actor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has electricity to power his neon lights, he has a slot machine, and he has a microphone. That technology was not around when Aladdin was supposedly taking place. That means Aladdin does not take place in the past. It actually takes place in the future, in the year 11,992.
No way.
So 3 years ago, Screen Rant and the Things did a crazy theory that Aladdin actually takes place in the future after World War III that wiped out civilization, forcing them to restart.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
And in the video by the Things, it talks about the Aladdin video game and how you actually see stop signs in the streets. Now, why would they have stop signs if there's no cars invented yet? That means it must take place in the future. Also in the video game, you can actually see a nuclear bomb sitting in the back. This just confirms that Aladdin takes place in the future after a deadly war wiped out all civilization.
Dude, this theory is actually really good.
So there's a really dark theory about Aladdin that will ruin your childhood.
Yo, that shit actually is really good because I used to play the Aladdin video game. But yo, the crazy part about that whole shit is, how the fuck is this man dressing up as a fucking a slot machine, bro? How you know about the slot machine, bro? That's just crazy, bro. That was a good one.
Have you ever just typed a period in YouTube?
Nah.
Okay, don't do it. And I advise you guys not to do it. But if you type a period, a single period,
Yeah.
it'll give you recommendations, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And all those recommendations, it's like the most gore.
No.
It's gore YouTube. That's why it hasn't been taken down, because it's been encoded. It's like period, frog emoji, period, frog emoji, period.
Also, it's like a code for the dark
Code
web.
for the duck. So if you do that, I didn't know. In YouTube, there's a whole like 100 pages on gore.
I didn't know you can still do shit like that on YouTube. I thought they like scan it though.
Nah, you like it got passed, fam. Have you ever just typed a period in YouTube?
Wait, that's why Donald Duck is always angry? Here are some dark theories about beloved childhood cartoons. Number 1, Wile E. Coyote is trapped in hell. According to this theory, the reason the seemingly intelligent coyote keeps failing to catch the Roadrunner is because the poor coyote has actually passed away and was sent to hell, where he's being forced to relive his failures over and over and over again. Next, the Flintstones actually live in the future. I admit this one's out there but interesting. So imagine if the Flintstones wasn't actually set in prehistoric times. It only appeared that way because, according to this theory, the cartoon is set thousands or maybe millions of years in the future, where the world as we know it has been destroyed by nuclear war, and Fred and Wilma actually inhabit a post-apocalyptic version of Earth. Okay, but explain the dinosaurs.
The effects.
Lizards that mutated due to the radiation. 3. Dr. Claw is the original Inspector Gadget. This theory suggests that the evil Dr. Claw is the original Inspector Gadget, who was thought to have perished in an explosion. So, his grief-stricken, brilliant niece Penny builds a robot version of her uncle, the one in the cartoon, to help deal with the pain. I don't know, but that would have made one heck of a series finale. Number 4. Donald Duck's personality is a result of PTSD. So this theory answers the question, why is Donald Duck so moody? Well, because of his experiences as a paratrooper during the Second World War. Apparently the duck saw a lot of horrible things during the war and now suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. Finally, Winnie the Pooh and his friends are all suffering from mental health disorders. Okay, according to this theory, Pooh is a binge eater, Piglet suffers from anxiety, Eeyore's battling depression, Tigger has ADHD, and the rabbit has a narcissist disorder. Alright, or are they just behaving like members of their animal species? Wait, donkeys are depressed and rabbits are self-centered and arrogant? Have you ever heard these dark theories? Believe any of them? What are some that you've heard? Comment below and follow for more 80s and 90s nostalgia. The Smurfs are commune... Wait.
The Smurfs are communist. I actually fuck with that one. That was crazy.
Darkest Conspiracy Theories, Part 2.
The Bohemian Grove Club. The
got
Bohemian
blue-eyed
Grove
on
Club
the
is a
ear,
place
right?
located in the woods of California. It is a club filled with the world's most powerful people and the world's wealthiest. It has around 2,600 members. I'm talking politicians, actors, artists, presidents, writers, mostly anyone with a big name that possesses a lot of power. And there's still a huge waiting list of powerful people waiting to join. Each year they meet up to discuss what's gonna happen next in the world. JP Morgan was a part of this club, Clint Eastwood, and even Ronald Reagan. It's more like a cult than a club. People like Albert Einstein and Robert Oppenheimer even discussed the Manhattan Project there, which led to the world's first atomic bomb, taking the lives of millions of people. When it goes down, they worship an ancient owl god statue, in which they give fake sacrifices to. Yeah, they make a human shape out of sticks and twigs and put it in the fire.
Hail, fellowship's eternal flame. Once again, midsummer sets us free.
My only question is, what other huge world events are being discussed and planned as we speak?
I've heard about like the Burning Man and shit like that, and like I heard about a bunch of theories like that, but is it real? Like, let me know in the comments. Is that shit real? We could probably do like one of these theory videos on that specifically, but yeah, shit crazy, bro. There's a lot of secret societies going on, bro.
Darkest conspiracies in the world. The Mandela Effect. A theory that suggests that our current reality has somehow been shifted into an alternate universe. Such evidence includes things like the Berenstain Bears being Berenstain Bears, fruit of the loom, with and without the cornucopia. Even the memory of Mandela dying in prison back in the 1980s versus 2013, supposedly created by the CIA as a psyops. Are we really in an alternate reality? Hit the plus sign if you think so. The darkest conspiracies in the world.
That shit's facts. I yo, we definitely gotta do a video on Mandela effects. We definitely got to, bro, because like some of that shit be blowing my mind, and it's not no coincidence. But yeah, I don't believe in coincidences, bro.
Are there any humans in the movie Cars?
No.
There's no humans. What happened is the AI in the Cars movie became so advanced, wiped out humanity. And what it did is it personified itself based on the humans. The cars are living sentient creatures with like organs and stuff like that, with like brains and eyes. And so if you notice in the movie Cars, they never open their doors either. And it's because if they were to open their doors, you would start to see like their organs and stuff like that. And this theory was confirmed by John Lasseter. So he confirmed that it is a true theory that the cars took over in that universe.
What?
And they killed all the humans, and that's why there's no humans.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Okay, that makes me really uneasy watching Cars.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna watch it the same.
Imagine, bro, if your car could talk to you, that'd be crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you know all the scary things that have been happening at the Euphrates River?
What's going on there?
Okay, so the Euphrates River is actually located in the Middle East, and it's considered one of the longest rivers in the world, but it's actually drying up. Like, it's almost completely dry. But where the river's drying up, they're actually finding caves and different structures that have been under the river this entire time. But it's actually really scary that they're finding this.
I don't get what's so scary about that.
So what's crazy is the drying up of the Euphrates River
read
is
the
actually
Bible.
written in the Bible. And in the book of Revelations chapter 9:14 through 9:15, it says, "Release the 4 angels bound to the great river Euphrates." And then it says the angels were released to kill 1/3 of all mankind.
So what you're saying is when the river dries up, it's basically the end of the world.
Yeah, and just to put that number in perspective, 1/3 of the world is 2.6 billion people. And it's just super weird that they're finding all these caves under the Euphrates River. Do you know all the scary things that have been happening?
You know what I find crazy? People will read Harry Potter books, fucking Lord of the Rings, and all of these weird ass fucking books and shit like that. Fucking Hunger Games, and they will believe in the theories and shit that's in there, the little tales, but y'all won't believe in something that's actually happening in your fucking face. Like, I don't understand certain shit in life. I always just say get right with God, bro, because however you do your thing in life, bro, just make sure that you do it with discernment, you know what I mean, discerning, and you definitely have a relationship with God, bro, because some of these people, bro, it's like speaking to them and you talking to a brick wall. They laughing and shit like it's funny. But, bro, y'all will believe in some shit that you read in a book that's straight fiction, bro. Like, I don't get it.
Happening at the Euphrates. Do you know the dark theory about Dragon from Shrek?
I definitely feel like Dragon deserves more love.
Yeah, so we all know Dragon falls in love with Donkey and has a family with it. But I saw a Reddit post, and there's a theory that Dragon is actually a princess just like Fiona.
What do you mean she's a princess?
Okay, so we know that Fiona had a curse put on her that turned her into an ogre at night. But when we look at Dragon, she actually has a lot of human-like features. Like, she could read and she could understand English. But the theory is that Dragon was actually once a human, and she had a curse put on her kind of like Fiona. And if you Google Dragon's name, her name's actually Elizabeth.
Wait, I didn't even know she had a name.
Yeah, and the reason why Dragon falls in love with Donkey at the castle is because she sees that he's a talking donkey, and she thinks that he was once a prince that turned into a donkey just like her, and she thinks that he is her savior. So do you know the dark theory about Dragon?
Yo.
I definitely feel like Dragon deserves.
It sounds factual, I ain't gonna lie. But that's crazy.
There is a secret about Disneyland the company doesn't want you to know. If you rode the Pirates of the Caribbean ride back in the 1960s, you would be impressed with how
Even the letters
realistic
look
the
scary in
skeletons
Disney.
looked. That's because when this ride opened at Disneyland, all of the skeletons on the attraction were actual human bones. Now, they tried to install fake skeletons, but Walt Disney thought they looked too fake. So instead, they worked with the medical center at UCLA to get their hands on the real thing. Today, Disneyland says that there are no longer any human remains on the ride, but some people are unconvinced. The bed chamber skull seems to have the most speculation around it. Insiders
Skull
confirmed
and
that it
bones.
was in fact real, and others have said that this skull, in particular, was donated by a former employee. There is a secret about
Hey,
Disneyland,
yo.
the company.
That's crazy, bro. Like, I always hear stuff about Mickey Mouse being evil and shit like that, but man, at this point, what isn't?
Did you know that you could tell if someone might one day become a serial killer?
What?
Okay, so I saw an article by Insider and they found that there's many common things that all serial killers do in their regular life.
That's actually really freaky.
Yeah, so they found that serial killers are very irresponsible and impulsive, and they always get easily bored because they always need adrenaline and excitement. And Insider found that they're very manipulative and very good speakers. But it was also found that most serial killers all listen to rock music. Like Charles Manson would listen to the Beatles, and others would listen to like AC/DC, Metallica, or Black Sabbath.
I love the Beatles.
I know, and they're able to find out what serial killers' favorite foods are, and it was KFC, McDonald's, and Wendy's.
Could you imagine if your best friend's like a serial killer?
The comments, bro, just described me. Nah, that's OD, bro. That's OD.
These are the wildest what-if theories I've ever heard. The last one will turn your brain upside down. What if when we die, the light at the end of the tunnel is a light to a hospital room? We are born, and the reason we come crying out is because we remember we died and lost everything in our past life. What if we used to be able to make wishes, but someone wished we could? I said we find them and junk them. What if the world actually ended in 2012 as many people thought, and everything since that year has been a dream? Well, wake me up, I'm tired of bills. What if Mr. Krebs is Pearl's sugar daddy, which is why she's always calling him daddy and asking him for money? That makes a lot of sense. What if our entire universe is just in a tiny glass jar, placed neatly on a shelf in an alien child's room as science project? Or the Big Bang in our universe can just be one big fart that some creature just let out and time is different in their world. But right now, it seems like it's been billions of years, but a narrow world that's been like 2 seconds. What if you're the only human on Earth and the rest of the population you see is just your imagination playing tricks on you? These are the wildest what-if theories.
The photo I'm about to show you has been regarded as the scariest image in all of humanity. It is known to cause hallucinations, sudden death, incurable disease, and other side effects. Viewer discretion is advised. The photo I'm about to show you has been regarded as the scariest.
Thanks for watching this video, y'all. I appreciate it. Hope y'all enjoyed. But make sure y'all please subscribe and leave a thumbs up and comment what was the dumbest video or what was the craziest, you know what I mean? With that being said, I'm out, y'all.